Hi guys, this is my first YouTube video. Today I'm going to show you the customization of my Mavic Mini, which, to be honest, took about 2-3 days on and off, and I just wanted to show you some of the bits and bobs that I did and to sort of wrap and customize it. Now, I got these wraps from Wrapgrade Japan, and I've got to say that they're absolutely amazing quality. The material is sort of quite plasticky, but a sort of nylon material. They stick really well. You've just got to be really precise about this. Do follow the instructions, and just give me a second, let me find the, there we go, I've got it. Now here you'll see from Wrapgrade Japan, I do apologise for the camera angle. What you do get is instructions to follow. It comes in, you get the bottom sheet which has all the bits and bobs. I got the bumpy camo, bumpy army camo I think it was that I got. You also get a big sheet which comes with the main body on the top, as you can see. Excuse the shaky footage. I'm filming on a DJI Osmo Pocket, which again, that's a good camera by DJI. Anyway, you've got instructions here to follow, and I do recommend that you follow them as it should be, because basically the way they designed it to be wrapped, sometimes you get overlaying ends that need to be tucked in underneath other bits. So if you follow it as it's instructed, then you really can't go wrong. Just don't make the mistake of trying to put other pieces on first. Follow it in order. So here, if you follow it step by step, you're guaranteed that you can't go wrong, and it's all laid out, as you can see here. So that's from Wrapgrade Japan, and I can't recommend them highly enough. Now onto the drone. I've bought the army camo, and I bought the what I would just call high vis orange, and as you can see, you've got many bits to wrap, and it just gives you high visibility, which is why I got it. The reason I got this, because I like the combination, the colour combination of army green and the high vis orange. But when you're flying this thing, I only had it about 200 yards away, and I could barely see it. So yeah, because of its colour, which is like an off-white to sort of grey, it's really difficult to spot. And if you're flying below the tree line, and you might blink or take your eye off it for a second, and if that thing's still moving, you're going to lose sight of it, which is not what you want really, because it's got no obstacle avoidance on this thing. So it's good to be able to see it at all times, hence why I got this orange colour. Now what I've done is I've also got some reflective tape, and this is, I got the red and the blue. This is a roll of it. This is just a strip that I've taken off, which is what I'm using. I've got the red and the blue, and I think that is a really high intensity reflective tape. You can see it from a good distance away in the dark. So if you do lose your drone and basically you shine a light, all these spots here, all this is going to show up on camera. Sorry, not on camera, on just normal visual. So I've put little strips on, and as you can see, just put enough on so they can close up again. If you put too much on, these kind of have a problem with closing again. Also, wrapping this, I can't wrap all of it and then put the front landing gear on. For some strange reason, it's just a little too thick, and I don't like the idea of pushing all of the wrap, the decal, up, because you can put this drone back in its fly mode case and keep the rear landing gear on, but it won't go on with the front landing gear. It just won't fit. So you're gonna have to take these off and put them back on again. And to put them on, when you've got the wrap on, it just doesn't fit. So I've kind of cut half of it off below a line, pushed it up, and got it to fit snug as I can do, and then basically got a Stanley blade and just cut a little groove using the landing gear as a ruler, as a marker, and then took it off, and then just peeled the rest away, so that way you can put the landing gear on. And that's that bit explained. Now, when it comes to the bottom side of the landing gear, again, I put reflective tape on here. I'm going to try and show you in a moment just how visible this thing can be in the dark. I've put some reflective tape on the bottom side. Make sure don't cover the vents, because obviously it gets hot, it needs to vent. If you cover that, it's going to overheat, and who knows what's going to happen. So I've put enough around, not to overdo it, but just to give it some kind of reflective taping so you can see it, and it just doesn't look that bad. I've also put some on the battery door. Be careful when you put it on, because over there you've kind of, I don't know if you can see that on camera, just put it a little bit below the actual hinge, because you'll find if you put it directly to the hinge, it hinders the movement of the door. And the same at the bottom, just put it a little bit above, because you don't want it below that line and then not being able to close the door properly. That's what you want. I've put some Velcro on the back, and I've also put it on the sides. What I've done is also I've kept the landing gear on the drone, because I don't like the idea of taking it off and putting it on every time I want to use it, because it can scratch the decal on the legs, as you can see. So the way I've wrapped this, I've wrapped the leg entirely, but what I had left over from the actual decal sheet, what I had left over from here was the battery door in camo. So I've used that and cut it in half with a Stanley knife, and I've used one side. You see the ratio there kind of fits that radius there, sorry, kind of goes to that radius. So I've used that half on that leg, and I've used that half on this leg, and any extra bits that I've got from this I've used just to cover the rest of it, and also underneath. It's not going to be a perfect job, but you get the idea. So I put Velcro as well, sorry, put Velcro tabs there so I can fit these Flytron strobes, and these are actually really quite bright. Now they stick on quite well. Now that's taken quite a bit of effort to pull off. I've got one for the left. Usually I put the blue one on the left, I put the green one on the right, and I put the red one on the back, like so. But when you do it, make sure it's stuck well and truly down, and then hopefully I can show you now what it looks like in the dark. So bear with me, and I will turn these on, and I'll turn the lights off. It'd help if I put this landing gear down here. And then press the button. These are from Flytron. Standalone. Oh, wrong one. Flytron standalone Cree strobe lights, they're called. And they've got a small button on the side. You just hold it in for a couple of seconds, and then you've got the strobe. I'll turn the lights off. Alexa, turn the lights off.
Okay.
So you get a good idea of how that flashes.
Barry Allen's birth name is Bartholomew Henry.
Alexa, cancel. Sorry guys. You know what it's like with Alexa doing things. Alexa, cancel. So yeah, those are the strobe lights. Let me turn these off. Again, you have to push them in for a couple of seconds, it'll flash. See it beep there, turns off, and then hold it in for a couple of seconds, and there you go. And then look, that's me shaking it now. It's stuck on really well. I'm holding it just in case it falls. But yeah, you get the idea. Now the battery door opened on that before this thing came off on the Velcro. These are Flytron standalone Cree strobe lights. I think they cost, I can't remember what the cost of them are, but they're pretty cheap, and they stick really well. And at night time, hopefully I'm going to do a video in a moment. I'll do it indoors because it's raining and windy outside and I'm not taking this thing out, but I will show you in a second just what it's like to fly with these things on. So again, I've put reflective tape here and on the outsides here on all the wings, being careful not to get it to interfere with the movement and the closing of all the legs, because you don't want to put any undue pressure, like pulling it from side to side and so on. So here you can fold the landing gear down, close it up like so, and then fold it up, and the last one, and then I take these off, and this will fit in the case no problem. You can fold these up, see, just put a little bit on and then you can close them up again so it still shows through. That is essentially what I've done to customize and wrap my drone for visibility during the day, and if you lose it and you need to find it, you can also see it at night. So what I'm going to do now is try and show you just how visible this thing can be at night time. I'm going to unfold it, put the landing gear back on, and let me go and grab my M2R Warrior lights from Olights, which is a 1500 lumen light. Right, bear with me. Now I'm going to take you with me, and hopefully you can see. It's going to get dark for a second, so just be aware. Sorry, this is a really bad light. You can see the visibility of it almost. It does reflect. It's just trying to get the right angle for the camera so it shows up. Let me try a different angle for this. Hang on. Let me take you outside. Hope it's not raining, but we'll see. Let's see if it's raining. No. I'm going to put it there, and then hopefully you can see. Don't know how well that's coming up on camera. Don't know how reflective that's coming up. I can't see because I've left my phone in the front room. Yeah. Trying from all angles here. You can see on the back, hopefully, the reflective tape. on the shed, on the storage container, which I think is quite good. Fingers crossed that you can see it on video. Let me just grab this thing back in. Look. See? There you go. Turn this lights off. Let's go back in the house. Oh, it's cold. Alexa, turn the lights on.
Okay.
And there we go. I don't know how well that came up, but that's it. This is trying to be as raw and as unedited as possible for this. So yeah, that's army camo, bumpy army camo green, high vis orange with blue reflective tape. Now I've cut these into 5mm strips by using a good solid metal ruler. Now you can see 5mm and 5mm, and the same with these, 5mm, 5mm width, and it's up to you to wrap it as neatly as you can. Get a good Stanley blade, get a very, very sharp one, and make sure you pay close attention to keeping the straight edge of the tape. I always keep the straight edge, and then I'll cut inwards 5mm off and use that straight edge, and then I'll use the other side as a straight edge. Measure 5mm in, cut all the way along, and that's how I got these strips. I hope that's helped. I'm going to show you another video. I'm going to pause this one now, and I'll cut to another video of the drone in flight. All in total, with this landing gear, the wraps, the reflective tape, the motor covers, and these, the total weight of the wraps, the reflective tape, the landing gear, and these, when it's all on, is I think 44 grams, which is 3.2 grams less than having the propeller guards on. So it's actually lighter, so it's not really going to affect how this thing handles. So I think it works well. I've not really taken this thing out for a good flight yet because I've been busy wrapping it so I can see it, because if I do lose it on a first flight, then I'll be really upset having lost a 500 quid drone. Yeah, so that's been said, this is my first video. I'll cut to a flight in a moment with all the landing gear on, these strobes on, in the house. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and hopefully I can get some more content to you in the near future. Thanks for watching.
Take off.
There you go, guys. That's the strobes in flight. It kind of goes on ATI mode because it's in the house, no GPS and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the way it looks. Hopefully that comes up as on camera. I'm going to see if I can get a closer shot of it. There you go, guys. That's it. Landing with the strobes, in flight, etc, etc. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and hopefully I'll get some more content to you very soon. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Have a good day.